Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have the famous sky fruit, which is supposed to make your heart as wood. Well, what's the matter with the sky fruit? Well, it's growing upwards. That's not so common with fruit. Most fruit will grow down, but this fruit curves upwards. And that's also how your member is supposed to curve upwards once you take the concentrate of this fruit, which is also rumored to be a good remedy for some other diseases. Well, I don't know if it's true, I've never tried it, but the tree the sky fruit comes from is also a very interesting tree. Here it grows in the beautiful Palmetto on the island of Tenerife, but it's actually an American tree, the genus Swietenia, that provides a very important timber, the mahogany timber, also called in many species mahagoni or mahagon. Well, here it is, the famous mahogany timber. Well, at first mahogany timber was harvested from the Caribbean Swietenia mahogany, but in the middle of the 20th century the supply was basically exhausted. It was so overused. It was, well, not really extinct in the wild, but so rare that it wasn't tradable anymore. And then the trade switched to the mainland Swietenia macrophylla, which is this bad boy here. Well, nowadays the trade of American wild-grown Swietenia macrophylla is illegal. It's made illegal by CITES, the Convention for Protection of Wild Species of Flora and Fauna, which is a good thing because there is not much left in the native locations. It is cultivated on quite a sizable scale in Asia, in tropical Asian countries for trade. Why is it not cultivated in Central America? Well, there is a moth that destroys the main shoot of the tree, and basically you end up with something like this, a big shrub instead of a tree. You can imagine that any timber producing company or farmer would prefer one big trunk instead of those 4 trunks. Okay, they've already cut one, or they've cut at least 2 of the trunks, so this was a bush with several trunks. I don't know if this moth exists here in Tenerife, I hope not, but basically this is not what you want if you're producing timber. Yeah, you can get some timber out of it, but if it was a single trunk, you would get a much bigger and more valuable piece. That's why this thing is grown in Asia and not anymore in America. Well, here the sky fruit. Mahogany fruit are actually quite beautiful, and you might have seen them in dry floral arrangements, like, you know, those things, those aromatic fruit potpourris which you can buy in shops, and usually the flavor comes from some chemical, but sometimes there also some flavorful fruit there, and the mahogany fruit is added for its beauty and also probably for its name. Well, that's the fruit. So this will heal erectile dysfunction. Fortunately, I don't have erectile dysfunction. And I don't know. Well, it is a bit bitter. Tastes basically like wood. I guess most probably you take the extract of the still green fruit. That's what they look like. I don't want to rip them off now. Probably they will taste like nothing. But that's basically the sky fruit growing upwards on a nicely curved peduncle. Well, if it heals erectile dysfunction, I hope it does. All power to the members of those who use it. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the incredibly beautiful island of Tenerife, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.